for the dozens of Acolyte fans out there, got bad news for you. You're not getting a season 2. But we do have some really interesting comments from Leslye Headland's wife, the actress who played Vernestra Rowe, I think was her name, Nick. It's very forgettable.
Yeah, her acting was terrible and forgettable too.
She was like a cardboard box out there,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
terrible.
what are we doing? But anyways, the article here coming from our friends over at That Park Place. Go and subscribe to WDW Pro and That Park Place. Media claims the Acolyte was a massive success using misleading data. Leslye Headland's wife pounces to tout supposed demand and shift blame. Now, her comment is actually really funny, Nick. I don't know if you have seen the comment. I want to go right to the comment. And they do a great job of breaking down why Parrot Analytics is showing what they're showing. It's because so many people, reviewed the Acolyte. Like, our videos took off during the time of the Acolyte. It doesn't mean that there's a demand for a season 2. There is not a demand for a season 2. It was, just like they say here, a drop-off disaster.
Everyone was there for the train wreck.
It's exactly right. So Leslye Headland's wife speaks, but is she speaking for Headland? On social media, actress Rebecca Henderson, a.k.a. Leslye Headland's wife, made the bold claim The Acolyte has been a massive hit for Disney+. It was canceled because if you know, you know, but the fans love it and we love you. What? What is she talking about? If you know, you know.
Delusional.
What does that even mean?
Delusional is what she is. If you know, you know. I have no clue what she's talking about there.
I have to speculate she's blaming people like us that were critics of the show.
Yeah. The far right, the review bombing, that was the cause of it. The thing is, at the end of the day, if you could look at X-Men 97, which it didn't get the numbers, but as far as the fan base either crapping on it or enjoying it,
yes,
the majority liked X-Men 97. We thought it was going to be complete woke trash.
We knew it was, and we were wrong.
Yep. And the
same thing with Transformers 1. Just want to throw that in there.
Yep. And the showrunner for X-Men 97, who's a gay guy, who you
Bo Mayo.
Yeah, who you could consider to be one of the woke lefties, actually did a good job.
Incredible job. I wish he was doing the 3rd season.
Yeah. Well, they're completely going to destroy that second season that he already did. They're already cutting it up, but that's a video for another time. But so the thing is, I'm speculating she's talking about the whole because there's gay people in it, that was getting review bombed or whatever. Which, if that is the case, that's actually not the case of why it failed. It failed for so many different reasons. That being the least of them. Exactly.
So I want to switch it over and take a look here at the Parrot Analytics, and I'll hit the banners there, or the overlays for us. So it says, instead, Parrot uses audience demand, a nebulous metric that includes, here you go, here's how they come up with it. This is how they justify it, Nick. Google searches, Wikipedia activity, YouTube views, social media mentions, piracy activity, fan content engagement. Parrot does not measure subscriber data, total watch time, completion rate, unique viewers, revenue impact, churn or acquisition value for platforms like Disney+. So they're not using anything concrete. It's all speculative things. Yeah. People are loving watching videos trashing the Acolyte. It doesn't mean that they want a second season of the Acolyte. It's actually hilarious.
Or that they even liked the first season.
They didn't. There's just no way. There's just no way that they did. No. So this is what we're doing, and shame on. I get Leslye Headland's wife. It's really weird for me saying that. I get Leslye Headland's wife coming out and supporting Leslye Headland and the show that she was on. I get it. And there are some people who are very upset that we're not getting an Acolyte season 2. The fact of the matter is, there's not many of you. There's not many. There's not even close to enough to justify a second season.
No,
and
they
I
spent
personally,
too much money on that first season.
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
They spent too much money on it, and that I think was actually a cop out. Because Disney will just waste money on a production. If they wanted to do a second season, then they would do a second season. They don't want to because nobody's watching it. Yeah. Nobody's watching it.
It's the worst reviewed Star Wars media anything of all time. It's the worst. Worse than the holiday special.
It took the franchise down to a depth that an all-time new low is what it did. And like I said to you this past week on our live stream, The Acolyte is the sequel trilogy of Star Wars shows.
Yeah.
It took it to the bottom. That's what the sequel trilogy did for the movie franchise. So that's where we are with it. Really important to let us know what you think about it in the comments. Nick, do you have any final thoughts about Vernestra Rowe, Rebecca Henderson's comment about her wife's Leslye Headland show? If you know, you know. What do you think?
She's a moron. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's living in a fantasy world where she thinks that this is the best show ever, and everybody loves it. Freaking go take you a shot of reality. Go to the doctor, get you a shot of reality, and come back, and then give us your thoughts.
Let me get what you're drinking, Rebecca. All right, guys, that's it for us. We are your Echo Base Network. See you in the next one.
Bye, guys.